Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show.
Okay, this is how we're going to do it next time. We've got the lightweight PVC. We've got a couple of extra long chains that are welded, not dangerous. We'll hook the chains to some of the rings of the surcingle. We're going to have the desensitizer, as we do with horses, to these feelings of things hitting their back legs, and very, very slowly have her learn to be able to pull something lightweight. Ultimately, something a little heavier weight. Back-fitting day for Seela. We've got some extra chains on the yoke, hooked in such a way that we think the yoke will stay more centered on her neck. We'll be watching that during today's brief session. And if not, we'll figure out a way to center it, because it's kind of cumbersome for it to fall to one side or the other. We have our makeshift breast collar on her, which we hope will keep the surcingle forward. You see, the surcingle cinch is a little bit loose on her, and there's no easy way to make it tighter without buying a new surcingle, we think. So either she's going to grow into it, or we'll work it out some other way. And today's session is going to be to ask her to step up on the step again, because we put a second coat on the top step, with some sand on it. We want to make sure that she's willing to do it again. She did it in our last session. We want to make sure she's not going to slip on it. And if so, we'll figure out another way to make it a non-slip step. And then as a final challenge, we're going to desensitize her further to this single tree with the chains in such a way that if she gets spooked, we'll be able to easily remove the chains from the spooking situation, because we don't want these chains to wrap around her legs or further cause her stress until she's not afraid of them. And then we're going to start to introduce her to our stone boat, which is right here. This stone boat has been pulled by both Rusty and Susie individually, and it has been pulled by Susie and her daughter Seela as a pair when we used our double yoke months ago. Now this is a little bit heavy, so we're not going to have Seela pull it right off the bat. We're going to have her pull first just the single tree, then a log that's, maybe 1/8 the weight of the stone boat, and then we're going to work our way up to the weight of the stone boat with nothing on it, because you see the stone boat can be used as a sled, so to speak, for hauling things around the property, and that's what we like to use our Zebus for. So, and it's good for them. They like the job. They like to work. They learn. They become less stressed. They see a reason for all of these lessons. So I'm going to put this single tree down for now. I'm going to walk over with Angela and my makeshift arm extension, and we hope first go across the low side, then see if she'll step up on the high side and off the end of the high side without slipping. Beautiful. Very nice. Go back the other way, all the way across. Little bit of stress. She's moving a little bit fast. But so far we've been able to hold on to Seela with her halter. And I see the yoke is tilting ever so slightly. Step up. Step up. Step up. Good. Good girl, Seela. She's usually pretty willing to do what we ask. But we haven't done anything that's really scary yet. Pulling a stone boat might be really scary, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to do it tiny baby steps. Yeah, come up around here. When you get up here, last time I actually had an extra halter, we didn't need it. If I see any kind of stress, there you go, that yoke is still tilting, but okay, keep it moving. Come on, Seela. Up you go. Good, good. Stay out of her way because she might jump it. All right. visual block. There you go. I kind of knew she jumped like that. We're all laughing because we know they don't see very well in front of themselves. And she wasn't sure what she was jumping into. We noticed that years ago when we trained Rusty and Susie to go into the horse trailer, which my horse trailer is a step up, and the step up was only this high. And Rusty jumped off of the horse trailer on exiting the horse trailer as if he were jumping across a cliff. And then I confirmed it. They just don't see real well in front of their eyes. So try to see the world the way your livestock is seeing it. And that helps in understanding how you can proceed to train. Can you straighten up that yoke again? Figure out some other way. You know what? Maybe, what do you think about another hole in the bow? Pretty tight though, isn't it?
Pretty tight already.
Yeah, it's pretty tight already. I'm thinking that maybe a strap like this under the bow, connecting to something, would keep it more level. See, we've got some clasps here on this nylon strap with nothing sharp. Maybe under the bow, going to maybe this ring. We'll put some clasp on it so we have more room. This kind of clasp, you know, the clasp we use on all the fences. I think maybe that will help. Under the bow, across to these bolt eyes that have these very handy clips on them that came with the yoke. You attach your chains or anything that you want to pull, you attach them here, and then they're easy to remove. So, okay, come on over here, Angela. Oh. Putting my arm extension down, picking up my tool that we want Seela to be willing to tolerate. Okay, so we just began to introduce this to her in the other session at the end of last show. We want to make sure we do this very, very slowly. Now I'm in front of her, and I'm showing her out of her peripheral vision what it is I have in my hand. And it makes noise, you see. So now I'm going to walk behind her, see if she gets scared by the fact that it's behind her. Good girl, Seela. Yeah, now she says, wait a minute, I got to keep my eye on that thing. Bring it back around. I don't blame her. Nope. Whoa. Whoa. Hard with just one person, isn't it? Yeah, we might want to go get that other lead line. Let's see how far we can get today, though, with just one person at the head. My plan is going to be this. Let's see if I can do it with one chain. Let's see how she behaves. See, she's peeing because she's nervous. Safely, in case we have to get the chain off real quick, safely, can I put the chain through this ring? Yeah, well, maybe, but there's none over there that's just like it, is there? No. Okay, I'm going to go through a ring. Here we got a lot of rings to choose from. I'm going through this ring here that's close to her yoke. Okay, now we've got a lot of chains here, so we have to make sure we can have an easy exit if there's trouble. Now I'm going to connect this chain to this hook. Can you zoom in on that, Scott? It's a really nifty hook. Yeah? Okay. Okay. One chain, one side. Will she let me? Now this is where she might spook. And Scott, you just leave the camera if she does. And come help us. It's all right. It's all right. Now with the yoke in her peripheral vision, I'm not sure how much she can see. Good girl, Seela. Now I'm behind her with one chain on. Now, Angela, if you have to, if you can, if she spooks, you release it from the hook. And then I'm hoping, this is a welded chain, nothing to get hung up on. I'm hoping it will just come through the ring. And then I have another handle here to hold it up, because I'm going to be the first thing she pulls. Good girl. You know what I'd like you to do, Angela, is I want you to hold the other chain. I'm going to hand it to you. Whoops, here she goes. All right, yeah, thanks, Scott. You come on and help us. Just leave the camera on. We hope we don't move real far. Okay. All right, so I think I'm in the camera, right? Okay, wait a minute. Say, she wants to keep an eye on me. You stay behind Angela. She's moving around and she's saying, wait a minute, I feel that thing on my body. It's all right. It's all right. Now I'm going to pull back a little bit. You keep it about where it would be if it were on the yoke, Scott. Yeah. And I'm pulling back a little bit with my right hand. She's feeling it. Look at her ears. She's responding. Good. Good. Scott, let's switch roles. I hope I'm not going too far today. I don't want to. I want to be really patient. Don't pull, just hold up. And if you need to, you've got this chain handle to hold up. It's all right. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. We keep telling her how good she is. Okay? And now we're going to go to this hook in a similar manner. I have to see how I did it. Under here, and then I hook? Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to be, consistent. We now have 2 chains. It's all right, Seela. I'd love to pet her, but you know, she gets real nervous if we touch her on her back. We've noticed that with all 3 Zebus. It's a very sensitive area, probably because that's where a predator would go. If she were being attacked, she's pooping. She doesn't have terrible diarrhea, so she's okay, but she is pooping and peeing because she's nervous. Now, Scott, one step back. Good. No reaction, but her ears are back. She's listening. Another step back. Good. So the chains are running through the rings. There you go. See if you can just back and forth with the single tree so that there's pressure here, then pressure there. Pressure here, then pressure there. Good, good, Seela. Okay, let's stop. You know, I see her reacting. I watch the body language. I see her ears moving back and forth, and I hope you do too. So I'm going to call that our moment of resolution. I'm extremely proud so far of her progress. But we are going to, by next time, figure out a way to keep that yoke straight on her neck, one way or another. So now I'm very carefully going to remove from the hook of the yoke this chain, very quietly remove the chain from the ring on the surcingle. Very quietly move around her from her front. It's all right, Seela. Very quietly. It's all right, Seela. It's all right. And here's the hook. Carabiner off the hook. Chain and carabiner through the ring of the surcingle. And we have a very calm, very responsive little mini Zebu heifer here learning how to pull. Postscript, we decided to see if we could steady this yoke with this surcingle and the existing chains, and then we had 2 other short chains. We went from this ring to the hook of the yoke. We also took our strap, it's a nylon strap that has nothing sharp on it, and went from the hook through the yoke to the other hook on the other side. The only way to know if this is going to work is to try it. So now watch Angela step out, step up, and we'll see if it stays. I don't mind a little bit of a tilt, but I don't want it falling on the side. Okay, that's like the 3rd time she has stepped up. And there's a little bit of a tilt, but not a lot. Whoa. And I don't want to overstep bounds today. I want to keep this session short and stop on a note of resolution. So that's why we're stopping. Here we are with our next session with Seela. Reviewing what we were able to do last time, which was get the yoke on so that it only slightly tilts and doesn't fall completely on the side. We've got a lot of chains involved, but we were able to get those chains on again in the same way. We've got the chains for the single tree going up the sides of her body through an open ring on either side of the surcingle to the hook of the yoke. And last time we were able to go boing, 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 and she kind of was okay on it. See, she's backing up a little bit. She feels ever so slight, the pressure. Let's try that again. I'm just zigzagging here with pressure. We've got Scott at the head because when Seela does get spooked, she can get pretty forceful to get away. So Scott's instructions are hold on with all your might, as we don't want Seela running around with this thing pulling behind her. It's a very, very dangerous situation if you've got livestock spooking, being right-brained, running away from something that's attached to them behind them. Very, very naturally predator-like, and their reaction will be keep running. As a matter of fact, for horses, I have ordered, and it's hoped to be here by the first of the year. This is almost Christmas time here. A new DVD that Doc Hamill made called Preventing Wrecks. Extremely important. We've been thinking in terms of wrecks, have experienced a few half wrecks in the last 6 months or so. We always think ahead. What can we do to avoid a wreck if a particular livestock individual gets right-brained, reactive, and does what nature provided them to do, to get away, to flee from what they're afraid of. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of let her pull me while you step up, Scott, and tell her, step up in clear language.
Step up.
Nice, so far nice. Okay, let's stop.
Oh.
Yes, you see the stop was another issue. Yeah. Okay, we were going forward, but we didn't get a good stop.
See that? Calm down, you got it.
Bad experience, but we didn't have a wreck. She's peeing. She's scared. I'm going to go to the camera and watch and ask Angela here because my legs aren't as good as Angela's, and if we have to move fast to keep this single tree behind Seela, I think Angela's more likely to do it. Keep it balanced between your two hands. Good girl, Seela. Just walk straight, Scott, towards the north, a few steps, and then very clearly ask for a hoe. And Angela, try to stay behind her if she starts to spook again. Okay. Say step up.
Step up. Step up.
That's enough. And ask for a hoe.
Oh.
Much better. Much better. So good that I'm kind of inclined to want to stop. Do we want to try it again? We want to stop on good notes of resolution. Just stand there. She seems to be fine. She's lifting her tail. She's going to poop or pee again. She's standing in sun, so she's warm. Zebus like to be warm. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around her as her next challenge. It's a completely different challenge, though, but yet another challenge, yet another desensitization or sacking out effort. Watch this. This is the first thing that Seela's going to pull besides pulling the single tree. And I'm going to show you what it is. It's a totally typical ranch versatile task. It's a log that has fallen off one of our trees. And we put a screw eye in at the bottom of it, one end of it, and on the other end, so that we can have a rope attached to it and watch. We can, with this rope, we can let it be on the ground. Let me get closer to camera's view. We can be on the ground. We can lift it halfway up, we can lift it completely up, depending upon how the livestock is behaving. And on the other end, I'm on purpose sliding it on the ground behind her. I want her to get used to that sound. On the other end is a chain and a quick release. A quick release so that if she starts to spook and we can get to the quick release, we can just pull the sleeve back. Let me try to get closer. Pull the sleeve back and the clasp opens up. The question is, if you have a spooking livestock, can you get to the quick release to open it? All right, now, and this is my arm extension, just something that I picked out of one of our bins of materials. It's got a nice handle. It's lightweight, long enough to touch her on the rump or on the ribs or on the shoulder if I need to. Now, I'm going to lift it up this log. Kind of heavy. I'm going to walk around her. She's watching me. She has great peripheral vision. She's all bug-eyed. It's all right, Seela. Try to straighten out that yoke a little bit more. There you go. It's all right, Seela. It's all right. It's making noise. It's all right. Very good, Seela. And you know I'm in front of her now, but they don't see too well in front of themselves. I'm going to keep walking in front of her about 6 feet away. I'm going to let it bounce over this rail, which is part of an obstacle here in our obstacles course. So the chain made a noise, the log made a noise. It's all right, Seela. It's all right. Now I'm on her right side. You can see that she's 4 feet in concrete, as they say. In natural horsemanship training, we want those feet to stand still when we don't want movement. We want them not to dance around. Good. I'm going to turn around and go the other direction. It's all right, Seela. It's all right. She seems okay. She's watching out of the peripheral, making noises with my obstacle over the rails. She's watching the obstacle. It's all right. She could at any moment, though, Scott and Angela, she could dart away. If she becomes right-brained, her ears are back. She's trying to listen to all these sounds and to me. I always watch for body language when I'm training, when I'm riding, when I'm driving. Always watch and feel for body language. It's all right. Aaron Ralston in The Ride, whoops, let me stop for a minute. Yeah, he says after being dumped 300 times, you kind of get to know what the feeling is like just before you're going to get dumped. And you watch for it. It's all right. It's all right, Seela. Now let me show you. I'm going to ask Angela to very quietly step to one side. And just hold on to that side of, there you go. And this is going to be the plan. I always like to show you what we're aiming for. It's all right. In the middle of this single tree is a through bolt. We're going to connect the through bolt with this quick release. We're going to pick up the log and the single tree at first, move around, quietly let the single tree go down, see if she'll tolerate pulling the single tree with the log up off the ground, and if we're successful in that pull, we'll go to the next ultimate pull, which is having Seela pull the single tree, which is connected to this heavy log, in a straight path. Not even a G and a ha, a right and a left. Just a straight path with a whoa, which today we found out was a little bit challenging. She got kind of scared, kind of reactive when we asked her to stop. She seemed okay when she was moving forward. Okay, so I'm putting it down very quietly. You want to hold on to this again in the middle? all right? Now, oftentimes we stop at this point and we say, okay, we're done with the lesson. For today, I just want to show you, it's all right, how we're going to untack. It's all right, Seela. It's all right, talking to her. Release the chain from the hook on the yoke. Let the chain quietly. Whoops. Whoa. Oh, she heard that. She got a little bit concerned. See, we're still connected on one side, so we are concerned until we disconnect on both sides. It's all right, Seela. Good. Thank you, Angela.
Good girl.
Good girl, Seela. She's peeing again, still confused and concerned. Okay, now I'm going to take the chain off the hook on the right side. As quietly as I can, let the chain run through the ring on the surcingle. This is a welded chain, so it nicely moves through these links, but they still make noise. Thank you. Okay, we are now disconnected with the pull. So my reaction at this point in training, in pull training, is always, phew, we're past the danger point. Now all we have to do is remove her surcingle and her yoke, and she's pretty good about that because we've done it many times, and we have her confidence on doing that. That's what we're trying to do, is get mutual confidence, because we know she can pull this log. We know that her yoke and her surcingle will stay relatively where they are while she pulls the single tree connected to the log. And then next time, or the time after, or sometime in the near future, we hope, she will also be able to pull the stone boat, which we showed you in our last session. And she has pulled the stone boat as a couple in pairs with her mom, but that was many months ago, and her mom was probably the strongest one of the two. Now we're asking Seela to be strong too.
See more at www.urbancowgirlchannel.com.